Alright, yeah, I look into the canyon. Do I see anything?
Yes.
Okay, do I see anything other than rocks?
No.
He's just peering at a canyon. We're looking into trees. It's all good here. We're all just normal things.
Alright then, I'm going to look up...
I will tell you, it does look like originally there were more rocks that were up higher, and at some point they eventually gave way and have now tumbled into these small ravines.
Excellent. Then I'm going to look up, pull out my good old Moses again, scan the area, looking more in the distance for anything weird.
Okay. Yeah, roll for investigation.
Okay. And by weird, I define that as maybe a person walking up, an entity, something moving. That includes animals. 17.
Okay. You, as a matter of fact, as you are scanning the area and you are looking around, particularly at the path that you guys are going to go down later, really, really far down, you notice a small little column of smoke. Almost like it's coming from a campfire that's just...
So
there's a plateau or something over there that's just behind a little hill.
I'm going to adjust some settings on the scope to try to percept a little bit more, see if there's anything in there.
Okay, while he's doing that,
Enhance.
and I try to see if...
Enhance.
I just want to see if there's any path in the trees here where we saw the left.
That's a 7.
Oof.
No. It's hidden behind a hill.
I let them know about the campfire over there.
It looks like it was made by sentience. It doesn't look like it's a wildfire.
Campfire down the path.
The smoke is like a pillar of smoke. It's not all over the place. It's just straight up.
Got a campfire down the path. We've got company.
As for you, so you're looking up in the trees to see if you can figure out where the Lefkin went?
I was looking kind of just into the forest to see if there's a path in there.
No, not really.
No? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty overgrown.
Alright, I'm gonna turn towards what he was looking at now.
Okay. Yeah, it's really far away. It's kind of hard for you to see, but now that it's been pointed out, you can kind of tell, there's a little sliver of smoke.
Well, it's out here to investigate, and that seems to be something of interest. Might as well make our way towards it. Because people have been going missing.
Remember how many people went missing?
No.
Yeah, there wasn't an exact number.
There wasn't an exact number, just people went missing.
Just,
Yeah.
All right.
just knowledge that people seem to be going missing when they go this direction.
Well, hopefully, and I sling the rifle back over my shoulder. Hopefully, we can solve this mystery.
I mean, that is why we were hired.
And then you all go missing.
Okay, why are you looking up trees? Something interesting up there?
Oh, there's some Lefkin.
Some flower children.
The hell are
Lefkin up
those?
there.
I know I've heard of them once. Can't quite remember though. I think they're just... Actually, I think basically they're kids who live in the woods. The most I've heard.
Let's not play with the forest orphans. Let's get going.
They may know something about this place.
Have they been talking?
I don't know if
They
we
did
can
not talk,
communicate
but
with
they
them.
simply observed.
Are they still here?
We might
possibly
continue to
hiding.
observe as we continue on our way.
Yeah, I'll keep on making some active investigation and perception rolls as we keep going.
Okay.
Well, if they can help us, I'll take the help. But for now, let's go talk with someone that we know is there.
Roll
Well,
for
we don't know
investigation.
if they're there. They could have moved on.
Campfire's still going.
Oh, got stuck. 12. Not a great roll.
Okay. Cool. So you start walking.
We're being followed, I guess. I'm walking vision fixed on finding who that campfire belongs to.
Okay. So it works out well because it does follow the path that you guys were going to take. So the hills that kind of roll and meet with the plateaus goes down that way. So you spend about another hour. It's a lot easier going down than it is uphill. You're able to go a little bit faster. As you travel, you do notice that this path that you're on, it is a little bit sparser. Like there are less trees growing on these spots. You're not entirely sure why that is, but it does look a little more rocky, so it could just be unfriendly terrain, less fertile compared to the rest of the mountainside. You continue walking for about an hour. You're able to hear somewhere off in the distance as you continue to walk what sounds like big rushing water. And you presume that there's probably a river, some waterfalls kind of nearby. The air also starts to feel a little more humid. As you are walking, you kind of take this curved path and you're able to go around the hill that was blocking your view. And once you get far enough down, you're able to see what appears to be a small campfire and a little tent that is in the middle of one of these clearings. You're able to see what appears to be a hominid, humanoid-looking figure who is sitting on a stump and has a little stick, and they're cooking something over a fire.
Greetings.
Oh, they're still far away by this point.
Oh, okay.
You're far away. What are you talking about?
Retconning.
Retcon.
Does this look like the wanderer we met the other day?
You are welcome to use your scope to find out.
I pull out the scope.
Try and
Look down.
See what they are cooking.
I see.
Because, I mean, that could actually reveal something about maybe, like, what else is going on.
Alright, then I would like to do that. Then we're just gonna look. We're gonna see more about the person and what they're cooking, and then I also want to look at their tent.
Okay.
Okay. In that order, by the way. 6. I got a 6.
Okay. You are pretty close, so it isn't super hard to tell. As you look through your scope, you're able to see that the figure appears to actually be Terraportin.
Oh, good.
Terraportin male. They look not super old. I'd say probably 40s, 50s, somewhere in there. So they're about middle-aged.
The species I used to be.
Exactly. You do see
Species I
this
am.
one is very bushy. Like they have a very big beard and their hair is very wild. It looks like they either live out here or they've been out here a very long time. Tent looks like it's actually made from bedrolls, like blankets that normally you would bring with bedrolls as opposed to a traditional tent. It looks like they made a makeshift shelter. And you're able to see that the thing they're cooking, it looks like some kind of rodent. Like just not a rodent of unusual size. But it is, it's like a rat-looking thing. It's probably about this big.
Alright, a rat-looking thing. It looks like a rat. Probably,
Yeah.
You know.
A rat-looking thing. It's
Like
not a rat.
like a
but
rat?
It's a rat-looking thing.
Yeah.
It's a rodent.
Yeah. It's got 2 more legs.
Susie's
rat.
hamster from down the street.
Exactly. Delicious. Yeah, it's pretty big.
Okay.
Looks like there's a decent amount of meat on it. He's roasting it on a stick. He's kind of turning it over the fire.
I convey that to
Local
the
delicacy.
group. Just kind of going, what, is he looks older?
Middle-aged.
Middle-aged?
Yeah. 40s, 50s.
Got an older looking gentleman roasting a rat. He's got a tent made of bedrolls.
What's a rat?
Right. It's like a guinea pig. Hold up it's like a hamster.
It's a hamster.
Look down the scope. Yeah, right. Looks like it's made of bedrolls. The tent's made out of bedrolls.
What the heck is it made out of bedrolls?
I have no idea. He could have picked that off.
How much further do you think till we
Adventurers.
make it to him?
You wonder if this is just the guy that's causing these disappearances?
I don't want to make any assumptions. He at least might have some information for us, though.
Well, I hope so. Keep your eyes peeled, though. We never know what's going to happen. Yeah, you got our backs?
Yes.
Any of those leafkins?
I have not seen any more flower children.
Excellent. Good deal. Well, let's move on then.
Make another investigation for me real quick.
Here.
They followed.
It follows. Oh.
20 non-natural.
20 non-natural? Okay. You... you are suddenly made aware that the bush that you are standing next to is actually reaching out a hand, and it's like it's putting something in your pocket.
I'll just watch the hand.
Okay. It looks like it's a little berry. And it puts it in your pocket, and then the hand retreats back into the bush.
I'm going to look at the bush, and I'm just going to sort of bow my head towards it.
You hear a very, very faint, so faint that only you can hear it, but you hear a little...
That was kind of creepy.
The forest orphans.
The forfeits.
Children of the bush.
So we're going to do like a lore and investigation roll on the berry? Because I'm curious what type of berry it is.
You're welcome to make a nature roll.
Nature...
Ooh.
Oh! One.
She has no clue.
One.
Yeah.
It's your favorite berry, you think, but it's the wrong color. But I think it's your favorite berry.
I'll take a bite.
Okay, so it's about this big. So,
Okay.
like a really big blueberry, but
just-
it's kind of yellowy.
Just pop it in my mouth.
Okay, as soon as you bite down on it, your face contorts because it's the sourest thing you've ever tasted.
Oh!
And it's not so sour that it makes you sick, but like it's basically if you ate a tiny lemon. It just it
Okay, good. It's not poisonous.
no, it's really sour. And once you bite down on it, you hear a couple laughs, like multiple individuals. And you see the bush suddenly scamper away and disappear into the forest.
The whole bush.
The bushes have legs.
That, I was going to ask for more. That was a unique experience.
Is she just talking to herself back there?
I'll also tell you this.
Hey, hold on, you're a cat. Was that poisonous? We're up to Marilligans?
No.
Bro,
Okay.
it's a whole different universe. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
like
kind
the
of
same
frickin'
sort of
specious.
allergens and whatnot apply.
I'm not specious. I'm concerned about your allergies.
We don't want...
You're making assumptions.
Why are you assuming that I have allergies?
All right, you know what?
That's pretty specious.
That's pretty
specious.
I'm giving you chocolate.
I love
Delicacy.
chocolate. That's what I had in my granola.
Caffeine?
What's caffeine?
Excellent.
Okay. I'll tell you this. Also, when you put your hand in your pocket to get the berry, you did also notice that there was a pine cone in there. Just a little pine cone.
I'm not gonna eat the pine cone if that's what you're wondering.
Eat the pine
But
cone.
there is a tiny little pine cone that at
Please.
some point apparently was also put in your pocket.
I'm gonna try and do another nature roll
On the pine
for
cone.
the pine cone. Crit.
Frick!
Okay,
Why do we
what's
get
up-
crits on like the most pointless stuff here?
What's up with
I was
those
just
dice?
curious.
I need to go get more dice.
Okay, so the pine cone it's actually something that's not 100% native to these particular trees or these particular forests, which is interesting because you'd assume that the leftkin would only have access to stuff immediately here. But you are actually familiar with this. In your language, it's called a spice cone. It's actually fairly... So it has a more of a solid exterior, but if you apply force, the whole thing crumbles. And it's got a very nice, savory spice flavor to it. It's kind of a delicacy, and they just gave you one.
Oh.
I feel touched. I love it.
You don't feel touched because they were stealthy when they put it in.
No. You know what I mean.
Do we?
I do.
I would
We
hope.
know what you mean.
I understand perfectly.
It's a cute gesture.
Now let's talk about the old man.
All right, Mr. Hobo. Is that
Okay.
a word I could use?
He's a tent. He's not homeless.
Homeless man.
Yeah, it takes you a couple minutes, but as you continue to walk, you get closer to him. As you approach, he hears you and he turns. You can see that his skin is rough and sunburned. He's definitely been living outside for a while. He looks like he hasn't showered in a very long time. But he waves you over very warmly, and he goes, "Ah, fellow travelers, what brings you far out into the mountains?"
Greetings. We're just exploring.
Well, that's an interesting place to explore. Oh,
Investigating some disappearances, mister.
some disappearances. Well,
Yeah.
I'm here.
I mean, I guess we're also doing that, but I'm personally exploring.
If you were looking for me, here I am.
Who are you?
Have you been disappeared?
My name is Dak. Some of my friends call me Daxaremneminus.
I'm not
But
going to
you
remember
can
that.
call me Dak. My actual name is Dak. I don't know why they picked the other name. They're
Your friends actually call you that, or you just imagine them up?
both.
Excellent.
Now, when you live out here, you get a different kind of friendship. There's the friends of the physical world, but then there's the friends within the mental sphere. And then, even beyond, there are the ethereal friends that visit from the forests.
You got many of these visits from ethereal friends visiting from the forest?
Of all sorts. All the time.
Any children?
No,
No?
no.
No flower children, none of that?
Flower children.
Yeah.
Lefkin.
Left.
Yeah, leafkins.
Not sure what that word means.
Excellent.
How long have you been living out here?
Oh, well, it's hard to keep track of time. But I'd have to say, and then he proceeds to walk over to his tent, and then he walks over and picks up what looks like a large rock, and on it you can see multiple scratches. They look like tally marks. And he kind of looks over the rock, and he's kind of mumbling to himself, and he goes, I'd say it's hard to count them all, but I'd say it's probably somewhere around 1,500 days.
Was a mighty long time, sir.
Indeed.
What brought you out here?
Well, that's an excellent question.
Do you
see,
know an answer?
It's been a long time, and details are a bit fuzzy. I do recall that I was looking to find a new place to settle. And as I was looking around these many places to settle, I started to question what it was I wanted as a settler, as a settlement. What it was that I wanted, and if I was just trying to get away from the normal busy life of it all. And so as I pondered that further, I began to just try to live more in harmony with nature, you see. And I've done pretty well for myself out here. It seems the bounties of the forests are just enough. And that's all that you need sometimes. He reaches also into his tent and he pulls out, you recognize it as like a manufactured water skin. It's pretty old, like probably about 5 years old. It looks like it's been in use for a while, but it's full, and he takes a swig of the water. He goes, "I'd offer you some, but I only have enough for myself, unfortunately."
That's fine.
That's
I don't
okay.
need none.
We've
So you
packed
don't?
our own.
So you don't. It's the water there.
Where?
Have you seen any other travelers lately?
Any other travelers lately? No. Previously, you did have a couple fellows who'd hike through here. This is one of the easier paths to get deeper into the mountains, but no, not a lot of fellows. You did have, as a matter of fact, you did have a couple fellows who came through here talking about some kind of cave. There was, there's lots of caves around here, but they were talking about a big, glowy one.
But you know what they're talking about, right? Big
I
cave.
do, as a matter of fact.
You been there?
Once. Haven't been too deep inside. Place gave me the heebie-jeebies.
What kind of heebie-jeebies?
Kind of makes your skin crawl, your hair stand on end, and your legs run the opposite direction.
I've got no idea how that feels.
Sounds about what we're
suppose
looking
you
for.
You're looking for that cave as well.
Yes, but only because it seems to. Anyone who's gone to it seems to have not come back.
So you're telling me that you've been told that there's a cave where if you go in it, you die. Or
Not necessarily
disappear
die,
from this
just-
plane of existence. And your first thought is, boy howdy, that sounds like a fun time.
Not a fun time, but certainly worthwhile time.
People who lost family members down there, loved ones.
I suppose they have.
We're gonna give them some closure.
Well,
At the very least, we're gonna go just try to get an idea of what this is.
Crazy heroes, call us whatever you want.
I just
We're
hope
getting paid.
you don't find yourself in the same situation as they did.
Perhaps I will.
Agreed.
If you're looking for it, and he reaches into his tent and he pulls out a little walk. It's a little stick. It's not like a big staff. It's like a walking stick. He pulls it out and he goes, "Well, you're gonna need someone to show you the way."
You do that?
Certainly will. I won't
Thank
stop
you.
anyone from chasing their destiny, especially if it means it can hopefully bring other people closure.
I go, well, thank you, and I reach down my side and I pull out a little satchel. And I start like ruffling through it,
So
trying to find
anything
a way
we
to pay 'em.
could do to repay you for your kindness here?
Well, I don't have much need of money out here. Trees don't accept it.
That's fair.
But, if you have any spices or anything like that, I'd be appreciative. Or really anything that could make any gestures over to the rat thing that he has over the fire. Anything that would make this a little more interesting.
I don't got none of that, sir. I apologize.
Sorry, I have basic rations.
That's perfectly alright. That's perfectly alright. I don't need pay for what I do. It's all the same.
Wait, no, I got a little. I open up the thing and I pull out a granola bar. I hand it to him. I don't eat. I don't eat.
I have something a little better.
Right, all the carbonation from my ginger ale came at once. Well, I'll savor this. Thank you very much.
I have something a little better. That might help you spice up this creature that you've been cooking.
Thank you.
So I'll reach in my pouch and I'll pull out the pine cone.
Okay.
It is a spice cone.
Smells good.
It will give good spice, good flavor.
So how does it? He walks over and like shakes it,
You crush with hand.
and he crushes it a little bit, and he seems almost surprised when the outer shell just kind of gives way suddenly with enough force, and then dust starts falling from it, and he kind of like looks a little surprised, kind of holds his hand under it to make sure stuff doesn't drop, but then he like kind of shakes it over it and starts turning it, and soon instead of a kind of a gamey smell, it actually starts to smell decently good. And he turns it all the way around, makes it sure it's fully seasoned, and then he rotates it a little bit more. He doesn't seem to be paying attention to you guys anymore. He's fully focused on this one task. Then he goes over to his tent and he pulls out a bag and he takes the rat off with a skewer and he kind of slides it in the pouch, ties it, and then throws it over his shoulder. Puts out the fire and goes, "All right, let's go."